Okay, so we are going to create a crypto app in Figma. So we just designing the app. So after the design, I'm going to show you how you can also code the app in React Native. Okay, so we're going to just start with I'm going to use an iPhone 13 for the design itself. So we're going to create two screens. The first screen is going to be for dark mode, the other screen is going to be for light mode. So two screens, they're both going to be identical. Okay, so I'll just rename this to home, and then what I'm going to do after this is just to maybe check, just put a random box here just to see. Okay, midway, let's just prototype this one. We used iPhone 13. Okay, and then we're gonna run it up. Okay, looking nice. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm just gonna go forward with the design. So I'm just gonna delete this one. So I'm gonna start at the top. At the top, we are looking to have like a side menu bar, and then we're gonna have as well some few other buttons. So I'm gonna create something like that. I'm gonna give it let's say 40 by 40. That should be fine. By 40 should be fine. And then I'm gonna just duplicate this one, put it here because it's gonna have 3 buttons. Duplicate once more, gonna put it here. This one and this one, I'm gonna give it an auto layout. All 3 are gonna have an auto layout, but I'm gonna do this. Yes. So I'm just gonna select these 2, number 2 and number 3. Shift A. No, I don't want to select all of them. 2. Shift A. So there's an auto layout for these guys there. So nice thing about auto layout, you can simply control it nicely how much space we want. In this case, I'm going to give it 30. And then I'm going to select all of these. We want them to be aligned. Okay. Want them to be aligned. Then I'm going to give it auto layout once more. And then I'm going to center it. Distance between, I'm going to give it say 180. Okay, and then I'm just going to zoom in, something like this. Yeah, so from here, the background, we're going to give it a color. So just gonna frame selection. I'm gonna give it color. So this is for the background. F7, F6, F0. That's for the background. So I'm just gonna copy these colors and then just paste them here. I'm gonna give it a stroke. No. guy, I'm gonna give it a stroke. Yeah, so this will be there for the background of the app. So let's go here. Similar thing. Cool. And then what's gonna happen here, we're gonna give it color of white. Then we're gonna give it as well border radius of about 10. Similar to this one as well, give it 10. The same color. And move everything down. Okay, that looks good. Strip it down even more. Okay. We can always increase the sizes of these guys. For example, if we give it 50, can give it 50, see how it does look. Okay. So I'm gonna frame select. I think probably 40 was better. Okay. So let's give it a frame selection. Then I'm gonna give it an icon. With menu. I'm gonna take this guy. Gonna give it a color of black. Then I'm just gonna insert component. Okay, let's see how it looks. Looking good. Then we're gonna do the same thing here. Gonna just frame select this one. Then we're gonna options. Iconify is an extension, a plugin, so you can just say find more plugins and then say Iconify to get that plugin. So here we're gonna do options or settings. Let's see, I'm gonna take this one, looks about right. I'm gonna insert. I'm gonna just move it slightly above the rectangle so that it appears. That's fine. And then we're gonna just do one last one, which is this one. Same thing, we're gonna frame selection, and then we're gonna insert an icon. So we're gonna go to the plugins and then iconify, and then here we're gonna say scan. This works. We're gonna keep the same default values, and then we're gonna just import it. And then what we're gonna do, we want to make sure it's above. So we have those 3 icons there. Think about it now, we could almost make them smaller. So let's see if we're gonna give, so make sure everything, let's give it a size of 25, and then we're gonna center it. Same here, we're gonna give it a size of 25 and make sure it's centered. This one as well, 25, and then make sure that it's centered. Okay, looking good. And then we're gonna go, so this is our header. I'm fine with that. So we're gonna do another frame now, which has text. So the first text will say current balance. And then here we want to give it a medium size, bigger font, maybe like 16. Make sure it's centered, and we want more of a gray, darker color, something like this. Okay, and then below it we're just gonna Control D, put it down here. Then we're gonna give it price that we want. Now we're gonna say the current balance, let's say we have 75,000 and 95. Okay, so this one we're gonna give it something ridiculous like 64, and then we're gonna give it a color of black, and then we're gonna make sure it's also centered. Let's see if we can just take that down to like 48, and then center it. And then let's look at the design, how it looks now. Not too bad. We can take it down even more to 40, center it, and then look at how it looks. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I'm gonna just duplicate this guy, and then we're gonna put it here. So here we're gonna put a loss or increase. So we're gonna say probably maybe lost about 4,500 comma 89 cents, and then this has to be in red. Take this one to red. Yeah, that looks good. Then I'm gonna duplicate it, and then next to it we're gonna put in like a percentage, or let's say we're gonna do 32. Okay, I do 32.5%. So that will be the loss. Then we're gonna shift A, which is auto layout. We're gonna add auto layout to this guy. Then we're just gonna increase it by a bit, but then also center it as well. So and then we're gonna select this guy, select the amount, select the balance, and then we're gonna tidy up, and then we're gonna put in an auto layout there as well. So there's an auto layout, and then spacing, we're gonna give it something like 8. So that looks good. Then what we're gonna do next, now we want to put in some options here. So this is your header, main amount, and then what we're going to do here is to add so we want to add other options. Well, maybe we want to add buttons just below the price. So we're gonna add the buttons here. We're gonna give it, I think, 50 by 50. So let's say 50 here and 50 once more, and then make sure that, okay, 50. Make sure, yeah, that looks fine. Then I'm gonna frame the selection. Make sure it has rounded corners. Give it around 10, like 10. And then in terms of colors, I'm gonna just duplicate this one. Then I'm gonna give it a color of, so we're looking at D3, F3, 6B. So this will be the color of this guy. So let's take it there. Okay, I'm fine with that. So let's just double click here, press I to select the color, select the color there. Then we're gonna probably have an icon here. So go back to your plugins, put an iconify. Arrow up, just put an arrow. So we're gonna look at putting an arrow going up. Let's take this one, gonna keep it black and 35, maybe we might want to say 25 there. Import it and then make sure it's above the rectangle. looking good. And then let me just add in a bit of music. So I'm just gonna duplicate this one. I want to change the icon again. I'm gonna put something like this. Same height and color. Replace now. So we're gonna just duplicate this guy 2 times. Control Z. Control D. Make sure all of them are aligned. They all tidy them up. Shift A to make sure that there's auto layout. Put them a distance of 20. All of them should be centered. Delete this one. Make sure it's centered. Let's see how it's looking now. Not bad, not bad. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna change the other icons. Maybe this one. Let's take this one to be let's take this one and then replace the one which is there. It's fine. Come here, let's say copy. Replace that one. Okay, I'm fine with this. So these will be the patterns. And they should be for the center. Okay. Okay, fine with this. So now we're gonna take this guy here, Control D. Okay, maybe here I'm just gonna sample the color that we used here so that we're consistent. Copy this guy. Gonna duplicate this one. Gonna want a success color, which is gonna be a green. something like this. I think will work. Just copy that. You can just simply copy that to your own design. And then so we're looking to, let's say, this guy. We're gonna do, this will be also repeated, so we need a color which is white. Control D, let's put it here. This will be the white color that we used here. So that's fine. So here it's gonna be white. Border radius, gonna give it 10. And then inside of here, let's give this a height of 80. And then we want to frame selection of this guy. And then inside of this frame, we want to, this will be your card. So it's gonna be repeated. So this will be a card. The card will have a rectangle here. So we're gonna give it 50 by 50. And then we're gonna just make sure it's aligned center. And then it also should have maybe like 5 border radius. And then this would be a frame on its own. And then the frame, let me actually add a stroke here, just as a placeholder, just to see where the design is at. Okay, so we're gonna give this guy the same color as the background. Okay, something like that. And then let's put in the rest of the information here. So we're looking to have, I'm just gonna put a text here, and then we're gonna say Bitcoin. Bitcoin there, the font here it's 12. That's fine. Okay, probably we can increase that by a bit, so let's put it 15. Yes, and then we're gonna duplicate this guy to the end here, which will be the price. So the price here is probably looking at, let's say, in dollars. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna duplicate both of them. So copy, shift and press Control D, and then move it down just like that. But I'm gonna shift and A for auto select for both these two, and then I'm gonna give it yeah, so that's fine. But I'm gonna change here. This one will be 0.02 BTC. So it's like just gonna be some random mumbo jumbo. Okay, so we're just gonna change the color here. So yeah, so this is fine. I'm gonna give it a gray color, maybe not that gray, yeah, something like that. This one will be a percentage, so 80, let's give it a 73%. The color of this guy will okay, that's fine. So we're gonna do an auto layout here. I'm gonna say Shift A. Yeah, this looks good. So Shift A, give it an auto layout even this side, and then I'm gonna select this guy, make sure everything is aligned, looking good, and then we're just gonna have this page here which has icons, so we want to take the Bitcoin icon, then I'm just gonna paste it there, take it to 35. Okay, that looks good. I could even give it a feel. I mean, we can give it an effect, just like a drop shadow. Looks like that now. So we can just simply duplicate this guy. Duplicate once more. Just like that, we have a working design. That looks good. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna change the other guy. Change all of these ones to mesh. So I'm gonna copy all these ones. I'm just gonna paste it here. Even this one, I'm gonna copy it and then I'm gonna paste it here. Yeah. So should give it 35. Copy this guy, come here. Give it 35. Align it center, align it. And then let's take the dash. Okay, copy this guy, come here. Delete this one. So do a similar thing, 35. Align. Okay, that looks nice. So what I'm gonna do now is to just change the names. So we know this one is Ethereum, and then here that's Binance, and then here we can have Dash, so Dash. Let's change this one to something like 06 3. Gonna give it PNB. Okay, that should be it. So we're gonna change the price. Gonna change the price here, percentage. I'm going to add yeah, that looks like but fine. Okay, that looks good. So what I can do now, yeah, that should be around it for the tag theme. And then yeah, and then we're gonna just do the same thing for the do same thing for the just like theme. I'm gonna do the same thing for the tag theme, but the link to this I will just put in the description to this Figma file. You can play around with it.